Oh, okay. There we go. All right. That one's connected. Oh, that's taken care of. That is really fucking. Hey, look, I got my own notification. There we go. That's always a good sign. Hey, now I can hear Griffin's notifications too. Yep. Quite literally. How was your day, Griffin? Are you doing better today?
Well, hold on.
Okay, you're fine. Keep playing. Keep playing with your stuff. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. Because we can always make things interesting too. Oh, where's my? Let's see here.
I want to cough in the microphone.
Oh, don't do that.
Enjoyed today. I mean, hey, kind of one of the tamest birthdays I've had. It's just pretty much me and my mom, but that's fine.
Right.
You know? Had a very good Bible study with you guys, and I get to go on live with you.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's not so bad. I mean, worse things could happen.
It's a good birthday. You got quite a good birthday. I like it.
No, that's good. Oh my gosh, that's good. I'm glad you. Well, it's one of those situations where it's like that I am really glad to hear. So, because that's one of those things. Like birthdays, especially as you get older, they don't become near as big a deal. You know what I mean, as other things. So it's kind of nice for that to happen. Oh, there we go. I wonder if that'll work now. I wonder if that works now. No, I still can't hear it in my own ear. Can you hear that, Griffin?
Hear what exactly?
Nothing. I guess that didn't work. Let's try it this way here. See if maybe. Does that work? Can you hear anything different?
No, I just hear a voice.
No, really?
Mm-hmm.
That is really gay. Why isn't that working? It was working earlier.
What am I supposed to hear?
No, you're supposed to hear. Voice speed. Oh, maybe that's the problem. That's not the right one. Mike in. What is going on? I don't know. My little sound button thingies are being dumb tonight for some reason. I'm not sure why. It was just working earlier and now it's not. I don't know why. That's so weird. Oh, well, it's not that big a deal. I'll figure it out later. It was working before, and then I had a Bluetooth headset, and now all of a sudden, nothing wants to work right. So I don't know. It's pretty gay. It's all pretty gay. Yeah, that's weird. That's so weird. It's like it's saying it's on. It's saying you should, but it's not.
Anything I can do?
No, it's not on your end. It's just weird. I don't know why it's not working. It was working before. Who knows? Maybe the chat's hearing it. That would be funny. I don't know why it's not working this time.
And of course, is this the gayest ever?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. Oh, trust me. We've got some stuff for that. We've got some stuff for that, too. So that is so weird. That is so weird. Oh, well. Hey, look at that. There's the missus with food.
I gotta do something first.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. It's just me and Griffin right now anyway.
Oh, hi, Griffin.
Hey.
Look at all these Monopoly puzzles.
Oh, my gosh. Did you steal them off all the chicken nuggets before you gave them to everybody?
Oh, duh. And the french fries.
I don't know. Smart woman.
Yeah.
Well, you did marry me. Ah. Whoa, I knew that was coming. Oh, okay. Oh. All right. Wow. I hope everything's working okay tonight. Let me make sure everything's going. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're all good. We're all good. Well, I guess we'll just do the intro. That works. Must be one of those nights. I can still hear you, right, Griffin? Yes.
Yep.
All right. Just making sure. All right. Well, Screw it. We'll play the intro when Mrs. Common Nerd finishes up whatever she's doing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Daleks screaming through the void. Time Lord scheming, oh what a ploy. Zygons shifting flesh and face. Where did it go wrong? What a disgrace. When Doctor Who was good, when it burned like it should, when the TARDIS doors slammed and the monster still stood. A sunken maiden, her yell so clear, echoes in the ocean you can't unhear. Cybermen marching steel on steel. Back then the fear was all too real. Common nerd ranting, hands in the air. Gallifrey's gone, he's pulling his hair. When Doctor Who was good, when it burned like it should, when the stories had weight and the endings were Mr. Grant Gregory, he knows it all, the rise, the fall, the cannon call with his scarf and his specs and his books stacked tall. Grant Gregory, tell us
See if this still works.
They love you. They really, really love you.
How we doing tonight, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? This is Just with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things ready through a common sense lens. Welcome to another wonderful edition of When Who Was Good, boys and girls, the classic Who edition. And I appreciate all of you fabulous folks out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, this one's actually a short series. We only have 2 episodes tonight, so that should be kind of fun. That should be interesting to see how all of that goes, which if I remember correctly, yes, we've got The Edge of Destruction and The Brink of Disaster. So this is just one of those little 2-parters series is before we don't have one. And actually after the Dalek one, having a nice little break from all of that kind of stuff will probably be nice and not having to go through a big, real long one. As well. So that will be kind of nice as well, especially with Sunker. Sunker, if you hadn't guessed it, or if you hadn't seen all the stuff out there, Sunker is sick. She is not feeling so well this evening, so she will not be joining us tonight, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, it still should be a good time. Griffin is here. We will have Mrs. Common Nerd here in just a short second. I'm sorry, I got new stuff today, and I'm trying to adjust everything to get it to where I like it, and I'm just never, ever going to be happy, and that's normally how things end up going. But Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it should be a good time. So everybody keep Sunker in your prayers, wish her well, all of that kind of fun stuff, because she is not feeling so hot this evening. So there we go. But Griffin, buddy,
Hey.
brother, glad you made it here tonight. Where are you? How are you? How is your day? Is everything going fine for you? Are you alive? Are you dead? Did you enjoy the Bible study earlier?
I say again, I'm delighted and honored to be here. You invite me, I will be here. And yes, today is pretty good, and I'm milking it for a little bit more, but hey, and what, aren't you too old for birthdays? Hey, everyone's got
By the way, happy birthday, Griffin!
Happy birthday!
Remember, it was a year ago. Not quite for the day, but hey.
It's okay.
My only regret was that I wish I could have gotten you guys earlier at the Texas Run Fair. That was a good day.
Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah, that really was a blast. It was just one of them situations where it's like it was just getting out of the house
Too
with
much.
kids and everything else. That much, honestly.
Sherry had asked, when are we going to the Ren Fair again?
Hey, I'm dead serious. We really should start to plan to.
Right.
I mean, hear me out. We've already said this before, but we should see about getting one of those lots. Actually, I'd recommend 2. So that way, if you get a few people to come, get a camper. And also, there's a logic to it. The place has got, not the fairground itself, but there are easily, I counted, over 20 hotels within 20-minute drive, like 10-minute drive. So if we organize this, you could have the lot there and also have 2 rooms at another hotel. There's a logic to it because, getting out's a pain, but what we can do is if we have the lot, people can crash out, wait, and when all the traffic's gone, then they can drive right to the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you noticed, because I think you even commented as well, every single one of those lots, the camper lots, has at least one running spigot. So you do have water.
Yeah. Which, it's one of those things, we go camping all of the time. Well, not as often as we'd like. Hopefully more soon, now that we're getting the van fixed and stuff like that. But it's one of them situations where it's like, that's always one of the, that's really all you need if you go in camping. All you really need is access to water. There's going to be a bathroom somewhere around there somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, and you're in the woods at the end of the day. So let's really just be honest. You know what I mean? But yeah. So that would be, that's some of those things that definitely in the future, that would be a lot of fun to be able to do stuff like that. So I'm super stoked about that, but I'm glad you had a good birthday. What?
Yes, Wade. We're eating McDonald's.
Yes.
We're eating chicken nuggets. And the only reason we're eating chicken nuggets is because of the Monopoly pieces.
Well, and also it's cheap to feed a bunch of kids on McDonald's chicken nuggets too. A house full of people on McDonald's chicken nuggets. Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap.
Just the Monopoly.
It's really cheap. So yeah, that's kind of one of the nice parts about that. But yeah, I would ask you how you're doing, but you're about to stick food in your mouth.
Well, doesn't that answer that question?
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's hungry. Hungry is clearly what she is.
She's devouring your question.
She is.
Exactly.
She absolutely is. So I'm stoked about tonight. Last week was a lot of fun. Daleks all over the place. Getting to finish that one off was, yes, exterminate. And there was exterminating all over the place. And I thought that was a lot of fun too. Getting to enjoy that, getting to see all of that for the first time. What?
That just sounded wrong.
Okay.
Exterminate all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
It's true though. It's totally true.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun that way. But yeah, so it's one of those situations where that was a really good time getting to see all of that, getting to see essentially the first evidence of the Daleks, everything going on with them, sitting their first appearance, all of that kind of stuff fall down. It was a really good time. We talked about it last week and throughout the entire thing. There was a few parts where they were a little slow. It was one of the situations where this was a story probably could have been done in pretty easily in 5 episodes, maybe even 4. That they had to kind of stretch out over to 6, because, that's the way studio business works sometimes. That's the way it works with doing television and things like that and all of that kind of stuff out there. So it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to see all of that kind of stuff and go through and enjoy that. But just seeing all that Daleks for the first time, a lot of that settings and everything else was just absolutely wild to see. So it was a really good time. Griffin, you watched a lot of that, didn't you, with us? Or you were in there with the chat and everything else? Mm-hmm. Griffin,
what?
You were watching a lot of, I'm so glad he's paying attention.
Yeah, I'm paying
You were
attention.
watching. You watched a lot of that stuff with us with the Daleks and all that kind of stuff, didn't you? You were there for a lot of that.
I've seen everything.
Right. Yeah. So what did you think of that as far as like an introduction of the Daleks and everything else overall?
Oh boy, where to mold? Because
I mean, we got time. We're not in any rush. There's only 2 episodes tonight, and that's the end of the series. So,
of course, they were famous from humble beginnings, which is true. They also, you could tell, they still made a lot of thought about it. I think we can agree they did not plan for the Daleks to return this much. Certainly not to the level that they had. Forgive me for speaking the obvious, but they did think things through. They thought about a world where you had 2 races. They weren't, contrary to what some people think, they weren't both humans, but they were effectively human-esque, shall we say, because they did mention about contact before, and using the same materials. You can't share things unless you actually have something to, more of the same body type. But, and it's clear that it's the Daleks who actually dropped the bombs. Big concern at the time. I mean, think about all the movies that were coming out, or actually technically would come out very soon. You got, of course, Doctor Strangelove, but people forget about Failsafe. Are you familiar with Failsafe? Yeah. Totally. Okay. I'm not sure if it's exactly 94, but it's contemporary, where Doctor Strangelove was quote unquote a comedy, a very dark comedy.
Oh.
Failsafe played everything as factual as possible, and what happened is effectively a rogue element within the United States gets control of a missile, so they shoot it at Russia.
Oh shit!
Because they want to start a war.
Yeah, of course.
I won't spoil much of this. Basically, the President of the United States, at the very end, has to cut a deal with Russia to stop them from shooting missiles by saying, okay, pick a target other than Washington, D.C. And, of course, Russia says New York City to nuke it.
Right. Largest population density, center of all of your market, all your Wall Street and everything else. Yeah.
Crowning touch, he didn't realize his wife was there.
Shit.
But the Russians knew. So the movie ends like that.
Right.
There's also, people forget about, there's a much smaller movie called Colossus, which is not necessarily AI, but it's computers in control of it's basically a early 60s version of War Games, if you're familiar with that.
Oh, okay.
What does this have to do with because the concerns about all the nuclear war. So these guys took it to the logical conclusion. What would happen if we actually did take a nuclear war, but instead they actually try to pin a little hope, that both sides survive, and ironically, it's the quote unquote ugly race, I should know the Thools.
Yes, the Thools,
who become hardier, which is also technically not necessarily a law about radiation, because radiation will mess you up. Take a look at Chernobyl, but nature, you will take enough time, you will adapt. Nature
really does always find a way with that one.
I mean, there's so many messages. Like, for instance, the Daleks become too reliant upon their technology, so they regress. But they don't think of themselves as regressing.
Right.
And also, their it's not just the fact that they have a different immune system. Their immune system is weaker, if you missed that.
No, I didn't, but that makes sense.
So, you could take time, splice that up all you want, the entire 4-episode series. Good writing. They had a serious limited budget. I was fooled the first time around with the cutouts.
Oh yeah, because we talked about that. We talked about the cutouts and all of that kind of stuff with that. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, that stuff. That's one of them situations where that would be really entertaining. I love that we caught that too.
So it's just, sorry, there's a lot to think of.
No, you're good.
It's not that I
Because
can't.
it
It's
is.
just, yo,
Well, no, you're right. There's a lot to it, and I think like what you're talking about is this kind of like this is still in like the middle of the Cold War and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like it's one of them situations where all of that stuff is still going on. So everybody's super, super aware of all of that. You know what I mean? And so it makes a difference with all of that.
let me give you just one detail. Keep that train of thought, but let me give you one detail. I checked. It's barely a year between this episode and the erection of the Berlin Wall.
Oh wow. He said it.
Think about it. And also think that the city has a wall.
Oh, that's a really good point. It is. It's the giant walled city. Yeah. Yeah, that you have to get through and everything else. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, wow. Yeah, and I mean, how long did they? How long? Because I don't know much about that period as far as like the specifics, but how long did they probably know before the Berlin Wall was actually coming up? You know what I mean? Like, what was kind of the time frame?
Really, not. I mean, Pete, they toyed with the idea. I mean, they've been, from what I understand, I'm not as good as everything as I'd like to be, but ultimately it was a shock. Really, they were shocked when they just built that, and it was originally pathetic wall, but it was enough to slow people down. And remember, people forget that West Berlin is inside East Germany, so they sealed up the Berlin. People forget, think, oh, they divide. No, they sealed up that area, and it wasn't. I mean, got to think about this. How crazy this is. So West Berlin didn't create the wall to be protective. East Germany built the wall to try to imprison them.
Oh, wow.
If you think, but although they were effectively still making a prison of their own nation. I know I'm being political, but it's like, still compare all of this to the episode. You can see there's a lot of comparisons. Also, I'm just from everybody, East, West, whatever, genetic testing, or shall we say, biological chemical warfare testing. The Daleks did on themselves, but how many? I'm going to be mean. I mean, people condemn DDT. It killed a lot of mosquitoes. People forget just how much, but at the same time, holy crap! The United States sprayed that. They went down. I mean, in the 50s, they would take.
My understanding was the recent study showed that DDT didn't actually have any damn effect on the eagle's eggs after all.
You mean the mosquitoes?
No. Like that was the reason we stopped using it, right? Was because like it was supposed to have some negative effect on like eagle eggs or something.
It had a negative effect on us.
Yeah,
but that's because it was. Oh man, you should see. There are actual footage of them taking we'll say the blowers. They're going down the street and they're just blowing it right, left and right.
Oh yeah.
And people are standing on the sidewalk getting doused.
Well,
so
I mean,
it's
we
like
still have mosquito sprayers that come down the streets down here. They just don't use DDT anymore.
Right, but here's the thing: people have enough wherewithal to think, okay, stay inside, and you have to wait a while. These people were sometimes as close as 6 feet away.
Like, I don't see why you stand there and just get sprayed with anything. I mean, it doesn't even matter if it's water.
That was back then. So again, the Daleks using the chemicals on their own people, and they wiped out what they said there were 12 groups in all, and they wiped out groups 2 and 3. Gone. So that's an eighth of their population.
Oh, I know. It's one of them situations. I mean, that's it is. It's the extreme post of all of that kind of stuff. It's taking that and going all the way with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Doctor Who is doing what ahead of time, what original Star Trek and of course other Star Trek do with a lot of things. You take a concept, don't necessarily go off the rails, but you follow it. And I can't help but wonder if they really thought that they'd ever bring the Daleks back.
What was that last part you said? I missed that part. What?
Yeah, I wonder back then if they ever thought they were going to bring the Daleks back.
Well, I think it was one of those situations.
No.
I think as soon as they saw the ratings, there was no way to stop it. You know what I mean? Because that was one of the things we talked about in the last episodes and stuff like that, was how much those ratings like had gone up, you know, during that section, just over that 6 episode, over that 6 weeks, you know, how much the ratings increased while they were doing all of that kind of stuff. So it's one of them situations where obviously they knew they had an impact. They knew they'd struck gold with something. And so, because I mean, it wasn't until it was the next season that they brought him back again, wasn't it? When that like Genesis of the Daleks was like next season, or was it the 3rd season?
Well,
I can't remember now.
Yeah, I mean,
I've got the list over
You
here.
hate my keyboard, which I don't blame you.
That's just because you know, I can look it up myself, but it's just one of them situations where it's like, I think that's one of them things where, yeah, season 2 is the first. Yeah, season 2 starts off with the Daleks. So yeah. I know. Well, I only beat you because Spartacus came up with this really, really awesome little thing. Spartacus, you want to come hang out? Are you in here?
Please get in here.
Too? I'll send him the link. Hold on. I'll send him the link right now just because I meant to ask him earlier and I completely spaced. I got distracted by new toys.
Well,
So,
also,
and hey, Griffin,
family man. Yo,
is this working now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. What else am I supposed to hear?
It's not okay. Then that part's not working.
That sucks.
That is so gay. Why is that not working? That is so weird. I don't know if I'm on the wrong mic. No, should be the right mic.
No, sorry.
That is so good. My voice mod thing's not working. That is so weird. It should be doing something and it's not doing nothing. I heard the little thing. Yeah, and I'm not. See, I hear
there it goes.
Well, I hear it through there, but Griffin doesn't hear it, and that's what doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm sorry, I don't hear. I hear you too.
Yeah, it's supposed to sound like a dragon. Yeah, it's not working.
No roar.
I don't know why it's not coming out for you. That is so giggity. Yeah, that's so weird. That is so weird.
While it's on my mind, while it wasn't.
Output.
Go ahead, Griffin. Yeah,
because we're talking about the show about Doctor Who, specifically about the Daleks. But as Spartacus pointed out, this also came out when JFK was assassinated. I mean, it wasn't intentional, this, but I'm getting the short version. I'm getting at this. Remember, it wasn't just America, but a lot of people considered the age of John F. Kennedy. They called it Camelot. There was a lot of happiness and joy. And that's when you also have a resurgence of musicals. Take a look at the movies at the time. There's a lot more joy going on. Doctor Who comes out, JFK hits Hill, and people are now thinking a lot more seriously. And while I have no doubts that your more darker movies were along the way, people are now really pondering.
Right.
And this just strikes a nerve.
That makes sense. Especially during that time period as well. Like during that era, it's one of them situations where that would definitely be understandable. So, and it's like it just being that time period and everything else, like being right at the high, all of that, where we're just coming off of that and everybody's got the bomb now. And it makes sense. It's definitely very fitting for the era. So yeah.
And actually something to think of. Yeah, actually by that time, because you're talking 63, United States, Russia, but also England and France also had bombs of their own too. Check it out.
Oh yeah, everybody.
And you also think about. I mean, they may not be necessarily bombs, but the space race comes on. 1962, Canada is the. Sorry. It's okay.
I'm used to having my button that I can just.
You're muted again.
I am. You keep talking.
All right. What I was getting to is, of course, the ever famous space race. And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I point out 1962, Canada launches its own satellites. There are Alouette 1 and Alouette 2. They're the first independent nation, fifth nation all. So you've got this big explosion. You've got countries now getting nuclear weapons, and also you've got the paranoia of satellites, but also the usage of satellites. what's this going to do to a sci-fi show like Doctor Who, which just says, let's take those concepts. And also, this is when people know this is the last season of The Twilight Zone. So, food for thought.
No, you're absolutely right on that one too. And it's one of those situations where there's a lot. There was just this one worked out so well because it was so culturally relevant with everything else that was going on at the exact same time. And I think that's kind of one of the beauties of it all is it did work out that way for a lot of that different kind of stuff. And you didn't even, nobody was really even thinking about it or anything like that at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes it to where that ends up panning out really well. It hit at just the right time. That might have been. It makes you wonder if it would have come out at any different period in time, if how much of the impact it would have had, especially these episodes. And I think that might have been what it was. I think as soon as they're like, hey, you guys hear about this episode of this sci-fi show, and they're dealing with this planet that's got like they all nuked each other. And you guys remember what just happened like a little while back, right? And so like I think that's one of those things that makes you wonder how much more all of that would have hit. You know what I mean? It's fascinating. If it's one of those serendipitous, you know what I mean? God does everything at just the exact right time kind of situation. You know what I mean? So hey, what's up, Spartacus? Good to see you, buddy.
Hi, Spartacus.
I don't think you can hear us yet. Or maybe his audio's not working yet. That's funny. Oh.
Why you can hear me?
Yes.
Is he there? Now I can hear something.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
E equals MC squared.
There you go.
Can you prove it? But can you prove it?
No, not yet. They're trying.
No, I was in here a little while ago, and I kind of just walked away because I had to do something real quick, and then I get a message from you saying, "Hey, do you want to be in here?" I'm like, "What? What's going on?"
Well, no, just because Sunker's sick and my wife's dying right now over here on the other side of things too. And so yeah, there you go.
Maybe what she has is transmitted from Sunker, so it's being transferred through the ether.
That's true. It could be getting transferred through the Ethernet. And that could be a problem as well. See, now that's
a huge problem.
Right.
Oh,
that's
no.
the last thing.
Oh,
I
no.
get sick that way. That's a big problem because
So
I don't ever get sick.
You're saying this disease is being transmuted by feminist frequency.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
We'll agree to. Let's just.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Of course, that does mean we get to blame Arnita Sarkeesian for it all.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's that's a whole story for a whole nother day. Jesus, don't.
Continue
Hey, Spartacus, how was your day? How have you been?
Not too bad. I just got up, ate. I actually still got a little bit of laundry to do, and just enjoying the rest of my time off from work. I have to go back Wednesday.
Ah, there you go. Well, I hope you enjoy it.
I gotta go back tomorrow. I gotta go cook for little kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean up after the person that's working for my position. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that always sucks. Then
I gotta do 3 different people's jobs because they don't understand how to do it, and it's the simplest jobs in the world.
Yeah, the person that works for me, he likes to try and rush through things.
Oh,
that always works out well. There was a saying my grandfather used to do it right take your time, do it right the first time, and you ain't got to go back and do it again.
Yeah.
It's like that rule of carpentry.
Yeah. Yep. Measure twice, cut once.
Cut once.
Exactly. Yeah.
Speaking as a carpenter, totally true. No, totally.
Oh yeah,
true.
no. It was funny because my grandfather used to tell a story all the time too. How he was like, he was like, he was one of the mechanics for a machine for a big, one of the factories for one of the machine shops, and he wasn't a machinist, but he'd go and fix the machines. And it was really funny because he would be like, they'd always call him last because he was the slowest to get the machine fixed. But the problem is the quick guy, you were calling the quick guy every other day to fix it.
Oh, boy.
Grandpa'd fix it and it'd be fixed. So they'd get tired of calling the quick guy and they'd finally call him and go, hey, it's going to be shut down for a little while. But you know what? It's going to work for the next 3 weeks and you're not going to have any more problems with it. So it's like, which do you want? You want to get it working right now, or do you want to spend a few hours, get it fixed so it'll work for you for the next 3 weeks? Anyway, I got to do this shit.
Yeah.
So
I when I train people, I always tell them that people will forgive you if you are there late, but they won't forgive you if you mess things up for them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a little shady on what I do because
I know you are. I know you don't want. No, definitely don't want to try to like dox yourself or anything like that. But no, it is, and that's the thing. It's like, yeah, absolutely. It's like, it's like a pizza. Would you rather have the pizza be 15 minutes late, or would you rather have pineapple on it? I know what I would prefer. But as you can tell from everybody else, yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like, which would you prefer? You know what I mean? Like, I think I'll take the pizza 15 minutes late. Yeah. So,
or if you don't want it like the dough half cooked, have you ever had that where you've had the toppings may be quote unquote cooked, but the sauce isn't, and we're talking you bite in and it is literally still just doughy. Cold dough.
That's when I'd be going up to the store and somebody'd be getting a pie to the
face. My God, that would be so bad.
That
would be so bad.
My Karen would come out.
Yeah, her mama would come out of her then. Or like her mama's haircut would come out of her then. That would be hilarious.
If that happened because of that situation, I'd want to be there for it. I really would. I'd just sit back and just record like, no, this is for future. Okay.
Oh no, it's one of them situations where it's like most of the time, there are certain women you take out in public and you have to worry about if somebody tries something, what are you going to have to do? I don't have to worry about that with her. I won't get a chance to get over there before she lays somebody out. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, we're good.
I'll be walking back and then be like, why do we need to call the ambulance?
Won't be for her. It won't be for her.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, they just got on my nerves.
It happens. These things happen.
Sometimes you just got to let somebody out of the cage.
Oh, boy. This is great. All right. So we're going to see if we can get away with this fan-made teaser trailer. Go ahead. I'm listening.
My friend Table, he by the way, Table would like to at some point in time get together with you, maybe talk about doing a TNT something sometime in the future.
Okay.
But anyways,
tell him to reach out. You know where to find me.
Yeah. But anyway, I told him he needs to go talk to you. You're an easily approachable person. But anyway,
I might be the slowest person on the planet about getting back to your DM. It might take me 6 months, but I will get back to it.
He does.
What's 2 + 2?
Fish.
But clip that.
Clip 39.
And I can prove it.
But Table, he showed me a clip earlier today about a father who just got back from a meeting with his son's school because his son had slipped laxative into a cupcake, and a bully that was stealing his food took it from him and ended up defecating himself in the lunchroom and then spending 5 hours defecating himself in the bathroom. And so when him and his wife had to go and talk to the principal and everything, and when they got there, the parents of the bully were there pulling the whole your son was trying to poison our son. He gave our son a poisoned cupcake. This is zero. This school has a zero tolerance even for retaliation. Yada yada yada. And the father, the son who's being bullied is like, yeah, your son was bullying our son. Our son didn't make the choice of being bullied. Our son didn't make the choice of having his food stolen from him. Our son didn't have the choice of being picked on. We made reports to the school, and the school did nothing. So he just had to do the last thing he possibly could, which is kinder than what most other children who are bullied does, which is either end their own life or take another's.
Yeah. Yeah, you just be glad that the cupcake was the worst thing that happened. Yeah, because and that's the worst part about it. Because the thing about it is these schools get these stupid zero tolerance policies with all this nonsense, right? And so unless the teachers catch it, these guys get away with it. And as long as it doesn't break down to an actual fist fight, they won't fucking do anything about it. And so long gone are the days where you and another kid had a problem. You went out to the schoolyard and knocked each other around. And about 2 or 3 minutes into it, then your principal came out and broke it up after you were done knocking the shit out of each other. You know what I mean? But that doesn't happen anymore because all this other, because we've got an entire culture and a school system that's just completely and totally pussified. You know what I mean? And it's like it's one of them situations where now you're stuck with this kind of bullshit. And it's like, well, what do you expect to end up happening? You know, you don't let the kids go out into the yard and knock it out anymore. You know, you don't let the boys just do what boys do and knock the shit out of each other. You know, you want to pussify everything and make it all built for this feminized society. And it's like, okay, well, what? Okay, guess what? He used poison. What's a woman's favorite tactic to kill a husband? You know what I mean?
Well, it wasn't even poison.
Here you go.
It's not even poison. It's a laxative.
I know, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Though, you know? Because you know what? In 30, 40 years ago, his dad probably would have told him just to crack that bully in the nose and taught him a really good shot.
Yeah,
they would have put him on his ass.
My dad did.
That's what my grandfather did. Because my grandfather was always a small guy. He knew some tricks to mess up some big guys.
My foster dad.
Knock down the bullies and they will stop. But if you leave them with technicalities, they'll find ways around it, or they'll push just enough to get to the edge.
Yep.
Yeah, I acted too crazy for people to try to bully me. They were just like, we don't want to deal with you. Just go away.
Oh,
I was like, good. Leave me the hell alone. I don't want to deal with y'all either.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
No, I had to handle a bunch of my friends' fights because they didn't want to deal with it themselves. So I had to deal with it.
That is the way it goes. All right. We're going to try to see if we can get away, because this is a fan-made teaser. So we should be able to get away with this.
Fingers crossed. I mean, it's
right.
It's silly because I've made comments about this in your chats before, but it's because the BBC has now set up an official classic Doctor Who channel on YouTube, and they're uploading a lot of their episodes onto there. So all I can think of is that they're trying to hit you because you may be taking attention away from that.
That's the only thing I can figure, and it's just
so dumb.
It is, and it's like I said, and we've talked about it before, and we'll bring it up more. And you know, anybody catching this on the replay on YouTube, and those of you guys that hang out just on YouTube or whatever, and you're not going to come over to the other platform, which is perfectly fine, not a big deal. But if you don't, leave comments below beforehand too, so that way we can have other people come over, because that is the biggest problem. It's not fair, and it's not enforced equally, and that's the biggest issue. You know what I mean? Like, some people can get away with stuff. There's guys that literally can watch just about review just about any trailer and be perfectly fine. So it's just gotten so ridiculous. But fortunately enough, there's a lot of the other live streaming platforms like Rumble and Kick and even Pilled that don't do that kind of stuff. So it's kind of nice about that. But yeah, we have to be really careful about the BBC copyright claims, because those guys don't just copyright claim you. They don't just take your revenue. They straight up block you, so that way nobody can even see the video. The fact that we can see this video means they haven't done it to that one. So we're probably going to be okay. So Lord willing and the creek don't rise. But boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Edge of the Destruction, the fan-made teaser trailer. So let's see what we got with this one here. See how enjoyable this is. And then we'll say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat before jumping. Actually, let's just say we'll say hi to all you fabulous folks out there in the chat before jumping over to Rumble and all those other places.
Grandfather! Grandfather! The ship can't crash. It's impossible. Well, there's something here. Inside the ship. But that's not possible. The doors were open. But where would it hide? In one of us. Something terrible's happening to...
Whoa. In one of us? Uh-oh.
Something happened.
Hey, wait a minute. We just watched Alien, man. Come on now.
Well, remember that what happened in the very end of the last episode. You see a bright flash. You see a bright flash. The ship shakes and everyone collapses.
That's right. That's true. That is right. See, there you go, John. John's like, me and the guys used to fight for fun when I was a kid. See, exactly. Yeah, but Tobak, if don't be mean to the Rumblebot. Let me get into your grubby. Let me get my hands into your pockets. Let me get my grubby hands into your pockets, Tobak. The Rumblebot's just trying to help me out, buddy. That's all.
Giving him a nice little.
There's a strong force at work somewhere which is threatening my ship. You sabotaged my ship.
Oh, don't be so stupid!
I know it. I'm sorry, but you attacked us.
How dare you!
Can it be possible then that this is the end?
I'm sorry, but that's too easy a target. How dare you?
How dare you? That's what voice mod needs. We need a Greta Thunberg. That's what we need.
Let's be honest. If that was Greta Thunberg, everyone in the cast would just deadpan. You can see him just push a button and push eject.
Oh, it's so true. It's so absolutely true. Spartacus, can you hear that?
Which one?
Me. Does it sound any different?
I can. No, I don't hear any difference.
That is so gay. I don't know what's going on. Oh, well.
It's the computer. It's messing with you. It's the AI has finally taken over.
We can hear it, but you guys can't. And I don't know what's going wrong with why it's not coming through. Yeah. That's okay. We'll figure it out.
Apparently, they have a pet dragon.
What?
I'm just explaining to Spartacus. Apparently, those two have a pet dragon.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We do. We've got all kinds of interesting pets around here. That we tell you.
I believe it.
The edge of destruction. What blue one? Oh yeah, we totally did. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's say hi to all of you fine folks out there in the chat now. You've been waiting.
Hi, folks.
There you go. Wade. What's up, Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips? Good to see you, Wade. Good to see you, buddy.
That's not what he meant.
What? I don't know what you mean.
He just goes, hi, folks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because Spartacus has been in the chat. Wade. But yeah, there we go, boys and girls. We got Griffin. Good to see you, Griffin. Another one of our fine channel subscribers, which, boys and girls, you can become a channel subscriber for $5 less a month. We know what platform you're on. Getting us closer and closer to those 100 members. We need to keep the lights on around here, and definitely, we certainly do appreciate that, boys and girls. Thank you so very much. Appreciate you, Griffin. Let's see here. We got some folks. And yes, we got cheap chicken nuggets for dinner tonight, so that way everything good. And yes, baby's with the auntie, so it works out nice. John Washburn, what's up, John? One of our guys that loves to comment on the videos. We appreciate that, John. Peter Wright with Fansite, what's up, sister? Good to see you, Fansite. Glad you made it in. Says, hey y'all, hey, good to see you, Fansite. She'll be hanging out over on Kick in a little while. There we go, boys and girls. Melissa Smith, what's up, Melissa? This is the Bat Cage. That's right, the Bat Cage. That's right. No. All right, Tobak. What's up, Tobak? Good to see you, buddy. This is good evening, common nerds. Cat, Spartacus, Griffin, Whale Nation Clips. My Who Hymen is further dilating. Giggity. You're in for a treat.
You need to go to the doctor for that.
Well, luckily, we're gonna have a doctor on the screen here in a moment.
Ooh.
Well, I don't think he's that kind of doctor.
Or like, for instance, a quote Treasure Planet, which I haven't seen, but no, I'm not that kind of doctor.
Well, I mean, technically, technically up until the third Doctor, this and the second Doctor are never that kind of doctor. They may do some occasional medical things, but they're not medical doctors. Not until the third Doctor.
I got. There we go. Alrighty. Well, I guess that'll do it then. That's everybody we've got there. Chicken tendies, the dinner of champions. You know it. Absolutely. Chicken nuggets are the greatest.
Also, alternate title for this series is Inside the Spaceship.
Well, there we go. There we go. Fun stuff. Well, there we go. Well, that works. That works. There we go. And we are fundraising, boys and girls, as you can see this evening. We'll be keeping this one going for a couple of weeks. So all of that fun stuff going on. We got an anniversary coming up here in a couple of weeks. So we certainly do appreciate it. You can always play the Get Mrs. and Mr. Common Nerd Stone this evening as well. Boys and girls, we've got the dab rig out here all available. We've got the gummies, all that kind of fun stuff. We do still have all of our Dancing Baby and Dancing Sunker videos. And guess what? The Sora 2 is free if you download the iOS app and sign up for an account. Oh, I've been having some. I'm working on a side project that I've been playing with some Sora stuff with, and I didn't get a chance to mess with it with any of Sunker's pictures today. But needless to say, yeah, I think we're going to be able to end up having some fun times with that. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if there's a particular creature out there, particular species, let me know.
No,
we've got squids available, we've got lizards available, and name your creature, and I'm sure we can figure something.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, there you go. For the creation of a new one, and I will figure out a way to make it a minute long, with a song and all that kind of stuff, just like grants are. It will cost $100, but you will get a preview of whatever the first edition of whatever it is to create before the night is over. So those are all options as well. And then obviously, depending on how horrific it is and how much it terrifies absolutely everyone, depends on how much we charge you to see that every single time. It just depends. So, find the most worst creature you guys can come up with and see what we can go from on that one.
Oh boy.
So it should be a good time. I know. You know what? Just be glad Dragon Noodle must be like busy as all get out with work these days, because he was the one that loved doing all that kind of stuff, and he had no problem doing that. So just be glad Dragon Noodle hasn't hung out in a while. Hope he's doing well though. Hopefully the Lord's taking care of him. I know he was working some crazy hours there for a little while. So hopefully he's okay.
So this is something very funny. So William Hartnell during the shooting decided to play a trick on everyone, because they were teasing him because he was fumbling with his lines. So during a scene where he says the fault locator, he instead is saying the fornicator.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Apparently this is depicted in the Adventures in Time and Space docudrama.
Oh, really? Well,
Yep.
There we go. Well, I mean, that should be fun to play with then at some point.
This is also supposed to be the first. This is supposed to be the first debut of the first female director. Unfortunately, she was not available for shooting, so instead it went to someone else, another female director. You're muted.
Okay. Sorry, no, I was playing with something. Testing something. But yes, so that actually, that actually makes complete and total sense when it comes to that then. So that'll be fun. That's something we'll have to watch. That's something we'll have to watch in the future then, because that is interesting. That should be very interesting to see. Alrighty. Let's see what else we got. The fornicator is what the Rumble bot calls me. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? Since everybody missed the intro, and we're going to play it one more time as we close out the YouTube side of things. So join us over on YouTube or on Rumble. I will drop the link over there for all you folks over there on the YouTube side. Backman's Girl knows where to find us on Kick. It's the Common Nerd. Same thing over on Pilled if you guys want to try an alternative out there. I will say though, for one of the reasons why like the Rumble wants your phone number though is it really helps prevent the bots and the spam, because spam is horrible until you turn the bot thing over on Kick. And so it is really nice to actually have that. So I know they ask for your phone number and one of those things so you can hang out in the chat, but there's a good reason for it. But Kick and Pilled don't ask for those kind of things. So you can always go hang out over on one of those wonderful alternatives as well. So boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate all of you so much. Mrs. Common Nerd, say bye. That works, boys and girls. There you go. We'll see you guys over on Rumble. Enjoy our lovely little intro, outro. Once again, if I can ever find the thing. There it is.
Daleks screaming through the void. Time Lord scheming, oh what a ploy. Zygons shifting flesh and face. Where did it go wrong? What a disgrace. When Doctor Who was good, when it burned like it should, when the still stood. A sunken maiden, her yell so clear, echoes in the ocean you can unhear. Cybermen marching steel on steel. Back then the fear was all too real. Common nerd ranting, hands in the air. Gallifrey's gone, he's pulling his hair. When Doctor Who was good, when it burned like it should, when the stories had weight, and the endings were Mr. Grant Gregory, he knows it all, the rise, the fall, the cannon call with his scarf and his specs and his books stacked tall. Grant Gregory, tell us
What is with the voices?
What? What's what?
Your deep voices.
You're possessed.
Don't you just love it? Like that?
You sound like you're from Evil Dead.
I know, hold on just one moment.
Can you hear this?